Hello and welcome to the AI with Arun show. How many of you have spent hours, maybe until 3 a.m., debugging a single tiny CSS alignment issue? Or maybe you have had a brilliant app idea, but the sheer effort of setting up the boilerplate, writing the API clients, and building the tests meant that idea died before you even wrote that first line of code. We have all been there. We spend too much time on the how, the repetitive, tedious coding, and not enough time on the what and the why, the creative problem solving. Well, what if I told you that the age of line by line coding is ending? Today we are talking about Google Antigravity, and it is a platform that is turning AI from your coding sidekick into your autonomous, self managing developing partner. This is not just code completion, this is a fundamental shift. So, we'll dive into how AI agents are now planning, building, testing, and verifying their own work. So, what is Google Antigravity? Antigravity, launched in November 2025, is not just another tool, it's a whole new philosophy. At its core, Google Antigravity is a free, AI first integrated development environment or IDE that Google built using the familiar foundation of Microsoft's VS Code. But here is a crucial distinction. It uses an agent first architecture. Instead of functioning as passive assistants that just give suggestions like the tools we used yesterday, anti gravity agents are the primary workers. You delegate a task and the agent takes direct control. What does it control? Everything a human developer controls: editors, terminals, and browsers. This capability means the agents are fully autonomous, capable of writing, of testing, and of deploying software independently. We are moving from AI assistance to true AI delegation. And as you can imagine, it is powered by Gemini. So let's talk about the key architecture and the model support. So first, because it is built on the VS Code foundation, you get instant compatibility with thousands of existing extensions. It will look familiar, but the power beneath the hood is entirely new. The engine driving anti-gravity is Google's most advanced frontier model, Gemini 3 Pro. If you follow AI benchmarks, you know this model is a heavyweight. At AI with Arun Show, we did a deep dive on Gemini 3 Pro, and you'll see a link to that video in the description below. Now, Gemini 3 Pro achieved top rankings on industry coding tests, including a 1501 ELO score on LM Arena and a record 76.2% on SWE Bench verified coding benchmarks. So you are getting access to top tier AI capability. And what's the best part? Google provides generous free access to Gemini 3 Pro during the public preview. And if you have specific needs, you have flexibility. You can swap in other powerful models like Claude Sonnet 4 at 5, which is recommended for high quality code generation and refactoring tasks. Now, this is where the story gets really interesting. We are no longer focused on writing code lines, we are focused on task delegation. Now, imagine the old workflow. You build a feature, you set up the environment, you write tests, you handle dependencies. The anti gravity workflow is dramatically simpler. You describe an entire application in natural language. The agent then autonomously breaks that request down into subtasks, implements each component, runs tests, and verifies the functionality. So let me give you a powerful example. You simply type build a flight tracking web app using the Aviation Stack API. The agent will automatically create the project structure, develop the API clients, build the UI, implement error handling, test the whole thing in a real browser, and provide documentation, all without you needing to manually touch the code until it is ready for review. When we talk about autonomous AI, the first question everyone asks is, how do I trust it? If the agent is making hundreds of changes per hour, how do you keep track? Google solved this with the innovative artifacts system. The artifacts are not raw, overwhelming log files. They are human readable documentation generated for every major action the agent takes. This is your verifiable proof. And what kind of proof are we looking at? They are implementation plans. The agent's detailed step by step roadmap showing its strategy. They are screenshots, visual captures of the applications at different stages. Then there are browser recordings, a video walkthrough showing exactly how the final product works. There are code diffs, clear, familiar before and after comparison of every code change it makes. If you see an artifact you don't like, you can add comments directly on the artifact, just like using Google Docs. The agent reads the comment saying, make the color match the company branding, and incorporates that feedback into its next iteration. The ability for the agent to use a real browser is a game changer for testing, especially for web developers. How often does code pass a unit test, but then visually break in the actual browser? Antigravity addresses this with the Antigravity Chrome extension. This extension allows the agent to launch a real browser and interact with your application. It's essentially testing its own work in the real world. The agent navigates, clicks elements, fills forms, captures screenshots at every step, and identifies visual bugs and error states. It provides you with a full automated test report, complete with the video proof of functionality. If a bug is found, the agent can then automatically propose and implement the fix, and then verify the fix by running the test again. Anti gravity recognizes that sometimes you want to code and sometimes you want to manage. That's why it offers a multi surface interface, three distinct working environments for maximum efficiency. The first one is the editor view. This is your familiar VS Code style workspace. It has your syntax highlighting, file explorer, and integrated terminal. This is where you work alongside the agent using the integrated chat panel to delegate tasks. The second one is the agent manager view. Think of this as mission control. This high level dashboard is where you orchestrate multiple agents across different workspaces. It's perfect for managing complex projects and reviewing all your artifacts in one place. And then the third is the integrated browser. Enabled by Chrome extension, this is the visual surface where agents perform automated testing and verification. Now, these surfaces let you choose the right level of abstraction for the task at hand. If you are ready to jump in, installation is straightforward. Anti-gravity is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. First, you download the platform installer from antigravity.google. The most important step during setup is installing the anti-gravity browser extension from the Chrome Web App Web Store. This extension is what enables the agents to launch real browsers and verify web applications. Crucially, you get to choose your development style. You can set your working mode agent driven development, meaning that the agent works simultaneously or autonomously with minimal supervision, or if you are cautious, review driven development means every change the agent proposes requires your explicit approval. You can also set auto execution policies, deciding if command run automatically or require your sign off, giving you complete control over security and changes. For intermediate and senior developers handling large projects, Anti-Gravity offers powerful advanced features. The first is multi-agent coordination. Using the agent manager, you can leverage separate workspaces for different components. Maybe one agent handles the front-end UI, another handles the back-end API, and a third handles testing and QA. They run in parallel and coordinate their implementation details. Second, agents have long term memory. They store useful code snippets and repeated procedures. This means that the agents become dramatically more effective and faster the more you use them on similar projects, learning your preferences and coding styles. Third, you can integrate your custom knowledge base. Upload your company documentation, your coding standards, and architectural decision records. The agents will reference this knowledge to ensure all new code aligns perfectly with your internal rules. How will anti gravity change your day to day work? It streamlines nearly every aspect of the development cycle. For full web application development, it excels at building complete applications, front end, back end, database design, and even deployment configuration, all from a high level description. If you're doing rapid prototyping, you need to quickly test an idea or experiment with a snippet, use the playground feature to generate proof of concept implementations without setting up a full project structure. If you want to do bug fixing and debugging, simply describe the issue in natural language. The agent locates the problem, proposes the fix, implements the solution, and then automatically verifies the fix using testing. If you want to do code refactoring, you got a legacy code. The agent analyzes the code base, proposes modernization strategies, and autonomously implements the updates, ensuring functionality is maintained. To get the most value, you will need to learn to speak to agents' language. So here's a pro tip 1. Think high level. Instead of giving detailed technical specs, describe what you want and why. So effective, tell it, create a modern landing page for a SaaS product that converts visitors into email subscribers. A less effective example is don't tell it to use React with Tailwind CSS, a hero section with gradient background, and three feature cards using Flexbox. Let the agent handle the technical implementation details. Tip number two, use artifacts asynchronously. Don't constantly monitor the agent's terminal. Review the artifact's dashboard periodically and drop comments like Google Doc comments. This allows the agent to work autonomously while you focus on strategic tasks. Pro tip number three, plan for complexity. For big projects with many moving parts, always start in planning mode. Get a detailed implementation plan upfront, prevents the agent from running down the wrong path, and saves you costly rework later. Remember, while the agents automate verification, the human code reviews remains crucial for security, performance, optimization, and key architectural decisions. To keep human in the loop, Google Antigravity is more than just a tool, it's a paradigm shift. We are moving beyond AI assistants and into an era of truly autonomous development agents. The artifact system makes this autonomy trustworthy and practical. For you, the developer, this means your role is evolving. You stop being a line by line coder and start being an orchestrator of AI agents. You focus on the strategy, you focus on the design, and you focus on the high level decision making on what to build, while the agents handle the gap between concept and implementation is shrinking dramatically. If you want to experience faster development cycles, reduce cognitive load, and automatic testing, now is the time to start. The free public preview gives you generous access to Gemini 3 Pro and all the platform features. Visit antigravity.google to download the platform and begin exploring autonomous development. And to give you one final image, think of a development workflow. We are moving from driving a car, which is writing every line of code yourself, to piloting a drone swarm. You set the mission parameters, the drones execute the build, and they provide real time video and structural reports, which are the artifacts, for your review. The mission gets done faster, safer, and with less effort on your part. So start today. With that, we come to the end of the show. Support our work by joining us as a member. At the bottom of this video description, you'll find the link to becoming a member. And if you learned anything in the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. Thank you so much for watching.